Hello, and welcome to the live stream today on a Friday. What's happening? Why is it on a Friday? I'll explain everything in just a minute. But why am I here? I'm here to help you with your English and today specifically your vocabulary. So if this is your first time watching, you're very welcome. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for your time. I hope you get a lot out of this live stream and take your vocabulary up to the next level. Arturo from Honduras, thank you for your time for watching. It's good to see you again too. And as more people come into the live chat here, let me give you a few points of explanation, some reasons why I'm here at a strange time on a Friday and by myself without Lynn. Well, things have been very hectic. Lynn's very busy. It's exam time if you're a teacher in Europe. Lots of exams in June. We're getting close to the summer break, which is another reason the work is just up to here. So that's the reason that these live streams have been on different days, on different times. But I do try at least once a week to come on and say hi and speak to you about an aspect of English. And Lynn will be with me next week. So she will be around with me in July. We'll be doing live streams together and probably take a break in August. So that's to let you know what's happening with us. Hello, Pep. Good to see you from Sueca. And Caroline, haven't seen you for a while. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a long time, but everything is good my end. I hope you're doing okay too. And I have about 40 minutes today, so we're going to look at some vocabulary. And as I said, we'll be doing live streams through July and taking a break in August. But what about you? Are you going to take a break from your English studies in August? Maybe you are having a holiday if you are living in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then you'll probably be in the middle of winter. So I don't know if you'll be continuing studying through the winter in the southern hemisphere. But whatever you're doing, if you feel you need to improve your speaking, I am going to continue doing conversation courses through the year, at least until October. So through the European summer, there will be courses. The next course begins in July. So if you feel you need to work on your fluency, if you need more confidence when you speak English, and you want a break maybe from formal English grammar classes, then I suggest getting in touch with me and booking a Zoom call, and I would explain everything to you in a free consultation on Zoom. Now, if this is the first time you're watching and you don't know who I am, I'm Craig from the website mansioningles.com, where you can study English for free. There's lots of courses and material there to help you with your English. And we also have a podcast. Our podcast is weekly, once a week. And I do the podcast with my co host, Reza. If you want to listen, and why not, to improve your English, go to inglespodcast.com or just search for that podcast, Ingles Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Now, if you are listening, watching in the chat, say hi, let us know where you are, where you're from, what your name is. Caroline's studying for the C1 exam in July. Good luck with that. All the best. I'm sure you're studying hard. And I think this might be useful, Caroline, for you and others, because we're going to look at some vocabulary that will be useful for C1 level. Now, if you remember, if you were here with me 2 weeks ago, we looked at some collocations and we also looked at some compound adjectives. Compound adjectives like mouth-watering, ill-mannered, worn out, world class, profit oriented companies, record breaking, and far fetched. And we also looked at gapped sentences where you had to choose one word, only one, that you could fit into three sentences, three different sentences. And here are some examples that we studied last time. Keep out, worn out, been out, to be out of work. A bed of roses, on the seabed, make the bed. So the same word that you can fit into three separate sentences, which eventually made a joke. Now, if you want to see that video, you can find that on mansioningles.com. So go to mansioningles.com to the video section. You can practice all of this vocabulary that we looked at last time. But today we'll continue with the same kind of exercise where you need to choose one word that fits into three sentences. So look first of all at A. He couldn't have done it, you. And the second sentence, a doubt. They are the most adorable couple I know. And the last one, there isn't any milk left, so we'll have to manage. Now, which one word can you put in those three sentences, those three gaps, so that the sentence makes sense? If you think you know the answer, please write the answer in the chat, just one word for A, the first three sentences, and see if you can win a point. There's no prizes, just the satisfaction of being the first person to, yes, Caroline's got it. Well done. Without, of course. Well done, Caroline. So he couldn't have done it without you. And without a doubt, they are the most adorable couple I know. And there isn't any milk left, so we'll have to manage without, to manage without, to go without milk. Very good. Let's do B. Next one. Again, three sentences, only one word to complete them. To do that job, you need to have a very specific skill. What? Second sentence, they're going to off early in the morning to not waste any time. That's a phrasal verb. It's a phrasal verb with off, and it means to begin a journey. The film in Los Angeles in the 1990s. So one word, a small word, fits in each of those gaps. If you know the answer, please write it in the chat. And if you haven't said hello, let us know you are there and watching and participating. You have to be active. You have to be active. You have to start writing. You have to start speaking in English. It's great that you're listening to podcasts. It's wonderful that you're doing exercises online. It's fantastic that you're watching YouTube videos. That's all good. But you also need to be active. You need to do stuff with English. You need to use the language. And Caroline's on fire today. She's got the second one as well. Set. Very good. To do that job, you need to have a very specific skill set, a set of skills, a skill set. And they're going to set off early in the morning to not waste any time. So to set off is to begin their journey. What time are you setting off in the morning? What time are you leaving? What time are you going? When are you setting off? Are you setting off at 6 or after breakfast, for example? And of course, the film is set in Los Angeles in the 1990s. That is when the film happens. That is the time period for this film. So 2 points to Caroline. Next one, C. I'm saying that you could have tried harder. We arrived at the airport in time to catch the plane. The cafe I'm talking about is around the corner. Again, one word fits all of those 3 sentences. Which one word can go in each gap? By the way, if you are interested in contacting me for the conversation course, you can see my email address at the bottom of the screen. I hope. If it's working, send me an email and I'll give you information on the days and times and how to contact me on Zoom. Yes, Caroline is the only one playing today, or you're very quick. Well done. Just works in all 3 sentences. I'm just saying that you could have tried harder. I'm only saying, I'm just saying. We arrived at the airport just in time to catch the plane. It was very, very close, but just in time to catch the plane. And the cafe I'm talking about is just around the corner. It's very close, just around the corner. Okay, Caroline, let's see if you can get 4 out of 4. Or is someone going to beat you to the answer? The film was 15 years in the what? It took him longer than he expected. She's constantly up excuses for not doing her homework. Another phrasal verb. This phrasal verb means to invent. And the last one, Pedro Almodovar has been films since the 1980s. Okay, this is a verb. Which verb is missing and in what form is the verb? So, Arturo, any idea? Pep, do you know? Anybody else watching? Say hi. Let us know you're there. Yep, Paula got just. But do you know D, Paula? Yep, Caroline's got 4 out of 4. Well done. Very, very good. Making works with all 3 sentences. So let me show you the answers. Making, the film was 15 years in the making. It took him longer than he expected. She's constantly making up excuses for not doing her homework. And Pedro Almodovar has been making films since the 1980s. If you have any questions about any of these, about the answers, about the meanings of any of these words and expressions, please write your questions in the chat and I will try to answer them if possible. Okay, so we've got some interesting phrasal verbs there: to set off early, to make up excuses, to invent excuses, to make up things. Yeah, well done. Let's continue. Oh, the joke. It's not very funny, to be honest. I just got fired from my job. Fired means sacked. I lost my job as a set designer. A set designer designs the set of a film, the scenery, everything that is around the actor and the actresses, the actors and the actresses, everything that is behind and to the sides is the set. I left without making a scene. If you make a scene, then maybe you shout or you cry or you accuse somebody. But of course, set designers make scenes. That's what they do. They make scenes in the film. They create the images and the backdrop of a film. So, yeah, it's a play on words. Most jokes are plays on words. Moving on, let's look at some phrasal verbs. We've had some already. Now, with this group of phrasal verbs, there is a preposition missing from each one. You've got here 12 phrasal verbs, and there are 4 different prepositions missing. Okay? So think which 4 prepositions you can use to make all of these 12 phrasal verbs. And you need to be active. You need to work now. Write them in the chat. Please write the answers in the chat so that you're using the English. Okay? Prepositions. They're horrible, aren't they? Usually with prepositions, it's not that bad of a mistake. If you get the preposition wrong, the prepositions don't usually carry a lot of meaning in themselves. My birthday is at the 25th of September. It should be on the 25th of September, but the meaning is clear in the sentence. However, with phrasal verbs, it's a bit more important because the preposition combines with the verb to make the meaning of the phrasal verb in context. So, what do you think? Live up? What's the phrasal verb that goes with live? What's the preposition that goes with live up? So remember, 4 separate different prepositions to complete these 12 phrasal verbs. Yes, Caroline, you've got the first one. Well done. Live up to. Live up to. I try to live up to the morals and the character of my parents. I live up to their ideals. I live up to their moral character. It's the standard that I try to reach, to live up to a set of standards, a code of living, to live up to your ideas and ideals. I try to live up to the integrity of my parents, for example. Next one, look forward. Which preposition goes together with look forward? And I know people are watching, you haven't said hi. Let us know where you're from. And why not participate? Have a guess. Maybe you don't know. That's okay. Guess a preposition, you might be right. If you don't make mistakes, if you don't try, you can't progress and improve. You have to work at it. Keep working at it. Keep experimenting with the language. Look forward. No, Paula, it's not on. It's look forward to, which means you anticipate something with excitement. I'm looking forward to my holiday in a few months. I'm really looking forward to next weekend. I'm going out with some friends. What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the summer? Are you looking forward to the winter? Are you looking forward to Saturday night? What are you looking forward to? If you want to, good idea to write a sentence that's true for you in the chat. Tell me what you're looking forward to or what you're not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to the summer very much. It's too hot here in Valencia in the summer. Take care is the next phrasal verb. So we've got to, live up to, look forward to. Take care uses a different preposition. Okay. What preposition goes with take care? And the meaning of take care with the preposition is similar to look after. You look after someone. No, Caroline, not take care for. It's not for, it's a different preposition. Very close, Paula, but not quite. Very, very close. Keep thinking. Take care. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to your answers. I can't see them yet. I can hear you thinking or Googling. Look after. No, it's not on, Sandra, but good try. Take care. Yes, Sarai has got it. Well done. Very good. Taking care of or take care of means look after. Yeah. When I was younger, I had to take care of my younger sister. I used to take her everywhere because she was younger and I was older. So I was responsible for her. I took care of her. And do you have any pets? If you go on holiday, if you have a dog, who takes care of your dog? Do the neighbors take care of your dog? Does someone in your family take care of your dog when you go on holiday? To take care of someone or something. So we have live up to, look forward to, take care of. Paula's asked a question. What's the difference between off and of? Well, both are prepositions. And sometimes we make phrasal verbs with off, and sometimes we make phrasal verbs with of. There's a difference in meaning, and you can use them in many, many different situations. For example, get off, O-double-F, the bus. Get off the bus. Get on the bus. Get off the bus. Get on the bed. Get off the bed. Get on the train. Get off the train. For example, there are many different phrasal verbs with off and with of. There's also a difference in pronunciation. If you listen carefully, double F, O-double-F, is only from my teeth. Off, off. One F, of, there's also vibration in the throat here. If you put your hand here and you say of, you can feel the vibration of, take care of, take care of, take care of my plants. Hi, German. Good to see you. We were speaking earlier. It's nice to see you here. You've found the live stream. Well done. Good job. We're looking at some phrasal verbs if you're joining us now. So like German, please say hi and hello if you come into the live stream. And if you're watching in the replay, you can also, if you're watching the replay, you can also comment and give your answers. So I hope that's clear, Paula. If it's not, let me know. Ask me again. So we've got live up to, look forward to, take care of, OF. Put up has a different preposition. Okay, so with put up, we've got our 4 prepositions. Which preposition goes with put up to make a phrasal verb, a 3-word phrasal verb? Yes, Caroline's there again. Well done. Put up with. Put up with, which kind of means to suffer. If you have very noisy neighbors, like I have here next to my flat, It's something that it's every day and it's annoying, but what can I do? I can't tell them to move to go to another flat. I can't go to another flat. So I have to put up with my noisy neighbors. I have to accept this negative situation. Put up with the weather here where I am in Spain. It gets very, very hot in August, in July. I don't like it. I suffer because of the humidity, because of the heat. So it's something I have to put up with. I have to accept the situation, to put up with the hot weather in the summer. So again, if you can think of an example that's true for you, write it in the chat. I will tell you if it's correct. So we've got live up to, look forward to, take care of, and put up with. We've got our 4 prepositions. Now we need to complete the other 8 phrasal verbs with the same 4 prepositions. But which preposition goes with which phrasal verb? To, of, with. Oh, that's 3, isn't it? That's only 3. There's one more. Aha. The 4th. That's why I'm an English teacher and not a maths teacher, because I can't count. There are 4. We need 4 phrasal verbs. And the next phrasal verb on the list, check up, has the 4th phrasal verb, the 4th preposition. So it's check up what? It's not check up to, it's not check up with, it's not check up of. Which preposition can you put with check up to make a phrasal verb? I will let you think. And this phrasal verb means to make sure that everything is okay. Just to maybe phone someone. Are you okay? Are you all right? Is anything the matter? Oh, you've guessed, haven't you? There's a question mark, but you are correct, Caroline. Well done. It's check up on. If you check up on someone, you see if they are okay. You make sure that there's no problems, they're okay, they're all right. Oh, I've just phoned to check up on you to make sure you're okay. How's it going? Yes, Paula, you've got it as well. To check up on. Check up on your kids, check up on your neighbor. It's very important to check up on people to make sure they are okay. Now we have our 4 prepositions: on, to, of, and with. So let's continue. Do away. Which of those 4 prepositions collocates or goes together with do away? Do away to, do away of, do away with, or do away on? Let me know in the chat. Yes, Sandra, well done. Do away with. Yeah. Do away with. That can be slang for to kill someone, actually. You can do away with a person. You shoot them. That's one meaning of do away with. And actually, I can't think of any others. Let me just check quickly. To do away with, does it have any other meanings? Do away with someone. Yeah, and you can also do away with something, which is to stop having something. Yeah, of course. To abolish is the formal phrasal verb for that. With these phrasal verbs, there is often a more formal verb that we can use. So to put up with something, you could say to suffer, for example. To check up on someone, you could just say to check if the person's okay. And to do away with it's similar to get rid of, which is another phrasal verb, or to abolish. For example, there's a motorway, or if you're an American, a freeway where I live that takes you down the coast, down to where Caroline lives. And years ago, you used to pay, it's called a toll, Toll, pay a toll to use this motorway. So you drive on the motorway, then you stop, you pay money, and you're allowed to continue. But about 2 years ago, they did away with the charge. So now there is no charge. They did away with it. They abolished it. So to do away with something is to remove it. I hope that's clear. To do away with something. Yes, Paula, you got it too. To do away with. Can you think of an example of something that has been done away with? In Spain, when I moved here, they used to use a different currency. It was called the peseta. That's how old I am. And now we use the euro. So I don't remember in which year they did away with the peseta. When did they stop using it? When did they abolish it? When did they do away with it? So that's the meaning of to do away, to abolish something. Next one, look down. To look down. What's the preposition that goes with look down? Look down to, look down of, look down with, look down on. Which preposition works with look down? Let me know in the chat. While you're thinking, let's look at Caroline's question. I've done away with some papers I don't need anymore. I would say throw away. I've thrown away some papers because it's not exactly the same meaning. For example, because now we live in a digital age, a digital society, many companies and government offices now use electronic communication. They use the internet, they use websites, they use online forms. So I could say, Caroline, that they've done away with paper because it's changed. They've abolished paper. Most things now are digital. They've removed paper. They use the internet. But if I have paper and I don't want it, I throw it away. So I would say in that personal with your papers, I've thrown away. I've thrown away some papers I don't need anymore to throw away. To do away with is slightly different. It depends on context. So let's go back to where were we? Look down. Yes, Sandra, well done. You've got it. Look down on. To look down on someone is to look down your nose from a superior position. My neighbor has a really good job and a lot of money and a big house. I have the feeling that she looks down on me. She thinks I'm inferior. So to look down on someone is to be superior or think you are superior and think the other person is inferior, to look down on someone, to think they are lesser than you, not as good as you, to look down on something, on someone. Get rid. I mentioned that before, to get rid. Now, your example, Caroline, is perfect for that. Get rid. What's the preposition when you speak about papers or something you don't want? Thank you. Thank you very much, German, for saying that. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll be back next week, probably Wednesday. I'll be back with my colleague Lynn, and thank you for joining us today. Yes, get rid of. Yeah, get rid of is to throw away. I don't need this old T-shirt anymore. I think I'll get rid of it. Get rid of it. Throw it away. Put it in the rubbish. To get rid of something. Look up. So we had look down on someone. What's the opposite? Look up. So you'd use this phrasal verb when you admire someone, when you maybe want to be like them, you envy them, you almost worship them. Look up. Is it look up with, look up on, look up of, or look up to? Yes, well done, Caroline. Look up to. If you look up to someone, then you admire them. Who do you look up to? Do you look up to anyone in your family? Do you look up to any famous person from history, for example? Who do you look up to? Do you look up to any politicians in your government at the moment? Or do you look down on them? Who do you look up to? I look up to the Dalai Lama. I think he's a very nice guy, very kind, altruistic. Who do you look up to? Who do you admire in your life? Practice these phrasal verbs in sentences. That way they will stick in your head. Look up to. Who do you look up to? Get away is the next phrasal verb. Get away to, get away of, get away with, or get away on. Now there's more than one possibility here. But remember, we're only using each preposition 3 times. So we've got live up to, look forward to, take care of, put up with, check up on, do away with, look down on, get rid of, look up to. We can only use the prepositions 3 times. Look, get away, get away, get away, get away with. Yes, very good. If you get tested on phrasal verbs in your C1 exam, Caroline, you'll be doing okay, I'm sure. You've got many good phrasal verbs. Make sure you use them if you can when you're writing and speaking in the C1 test as well. Get away with, yeah, it means that you don't get caught. You can get away with a crime. You commit a crime, but if the police don't catch you, you get away with it. If you steal something in a shop, you run away, you get away with theft. If you steal a car as in Caroline's example, then you can get away with the car or get away with the theft of the car. If you rob a bank and then you get in a car and drive away, you get away in a car, but you get away with the robbery if the police don't catch you. When I was at school, we had an English teacher who wasn't really very nice. He wasn't a good teacher. And we used to make fun of this teacher. To make fun of someone, another phrasal verb, is to do jokes and say silly things that are funny, which was quite cruel. It wasn't very nice. But we used to do silly things like um, put some chalk on his jacket or put something on his chair, like a dead mouse on his chair, silly things. And he never caught any of us. We got away with all of the jokes we played on him. We were never punished. We got away with a lot of things with that teacher. Get away with murder. Of course, Paula. That's a very strong collocation. Yeah. He committed a crime, he killed someone, but there was no evidence, there was no proof. He got away with murder. He got away with murder. We've got 2 more to go. So cut down. Now this phrasal verb has a full verb that you can use in place of the phrasal verb. And as I said, the full verbs are often more formal than the phrasal verbs, and the phrasal verbs are a little more informal. So this means to reduce something, to reduce. Cut down. No, Paolo, not cut down of. Is it cut down with, to, or on? Yes, Sandra, well done. It's cut down on, to reduce. For example, I've decided to cut down on sugar. I'm eating too much sugar, so I'm going to reduce the amount of sugar I eat. Cut down on caffeine. You're drinking too much coffee. Well, cut down on it. Cut down on caffeine. You're smoking too much. Cut down on cigarettes. You're drinking too much wine. Cut down on the alcohol. Reduce the amount you take. And finally, run out. Run out. Run out with, run out to, run out of. Remember, only 3 times for each preposition. And unfortunately, this last phrasal verb is going to have to collocate with time because I don't have much time left. I'm running out time. Do you know, Sandra? Yeah, well done. Caroline's got it. To run out of. Yeah. To not have any left. Run out of. You open the fridge. Oh, there's no beer. We've run out of beer. We need to go to the supermarket. Suddenly your car stops. Why? It's run out of petrol. And unfortunately, we're running out of time, but let's just review these quickly. To live up to a reputation or live up to moral standards. Look forward to, you're excited about something that's going to happen in the future. Take care of, to look after, take care of animals, take care of plants. Put up with something negative, put up with the noise, put up with the weather, put up with someone in your family, for example. Check up on, make sure everything's okay, to check up on the situation, check up on what's happening. Do away with, remove, do away with a law, a regulation. do away with a charge that you need to pay, for example. Look down on is to look at someone you think is inferior to you, not as good as you. Get rid of something. You don't need it anymore, so you give it away or throw it away or sell it. You get rid of it. It's not yours anymore. Look up to, that's when you admire someone. So you maybe try to copy them or emulate them. You try to behave in a similar way, live a similar life. Get away with, you're not caught by anybody. You get away with doing something a bit naughty, a bit bad. Cut down on, to reduce, and to run out of, there is no more. So let's make sure you're clear about those meanings. Here are the 12 phrasal verbs and some questions. Let's see if you can answer these questions in the chat to finish on this topic of phrasal verbs. So which phrasal verbs can you use in a criminal context? Do you remember? Which phrasal verbs, with the examples I gave you, can you use when you talk about crime and the police and breaking the law? I can think of 3 phrasal verbs. Yes, that's one of them. Well done, Paula. To get away with something. You steal something, you get away with murder, get away with robbery, get away with robbing a bank, get away with stealing a pencil. That's one. I have 2 more. So get away with. Can you think of others? I'll tell you, because we're running out of time. Yes, Caroline, well done. To do away with, because I did say that you can use do away with to murder someone, to do away with. And Paula's got the other one, get rid of. Fantastic. Yeah. To get rid of a person, to get rid of someone. So they can be connected to crime. Question number 2, or B, which phrasal verb collocates with mess? And a mess is what's happening on my desk at the moment. It's not tidy. The things are not in their correct place. There are papers, there are microphones, headphones, glasses, plates, cups of coffee, bottles. My desk is a mess. So which of these phrasal verbs collocates or goes together with mess? Hello, Tutopos. Good to see you. Do you know the answer? Which phrasal verb collocates with mess? Yes, that's one of them, I think, Caroline. Yeah, you can put up with a mess. You might not like it. It's not nice when things are messy, but you accept it. It's, yeah, you put up with it. Or the negative, I can't put up with this mess anymore. You need to tidy your room. You need to tidy your desk. I can't put up with this mess anymore. Nice to meet you too. Thanks for joining. Tutopos, tutapos. Tutapos. So, yeah, to put up with a mess. I wouldn't say cut down on, Sandra, with mess. It's more to why doesn't that collocate so easily with mess? Cut down on the mess. It's possible, but it's not common. You need to cut down on the amount of mess you're making when you work. It's possible, but it's not a strong collocation. It's not very common. There are other phrasal verbs which go better with no, not look up to. Look up to doesn't really collocate with mess. Get rid of works, doesn't it? Get rid of a mess. Get rid of things from your desk. I need to get rid of the mess that I have in the garage. I need to tidy up the garage. Or take care of. You really need to take care of the mess in your office. You need to take care of the mess of papers on your desk, which is to solve the problem. Expectations. Let's go to C. Which phrasal verb or verbs collocate with expectations? Expectations. I can think of one because people have different expectations. You have expectations of me on this live stream. My expectations of you are to write answers and interact in the chat. So I hope you will do what I think or what I would like you to do. And if you do, then you my expectations. If you're a Spanish speaker, I know there are some Spanish speakers watching. I think it's cumplir. Expectations. Yes, Caroline, well done. Fantastic. To live up to your expectations. Live up to. So if I buy a Mercedes car, I think I'm buying quality. I think I'm buying a car that's going to be reliable and comfortable. So if it is, if I'm happy, it's lived up to my expectations. Does life live up to your expectations? That's a deep question. That's for a different day. So to live up to your expectations, to do what you think or what you expect is going to happen. D, which phrasal verb collocates with caffeine? Coffee, tea, Coca-Cola all have caffeine. Sometimes they have too much caffeine, in which case you have to caffeine. Which phrasal verb collocates with caffeine or alcohol or tobacco? Yes, Paula, well done. To cut down on, to reduce the amount, to cut down on caffeine, which is something I need to do in the morning. Which phrasal verb collocates with facts? Facts. I'm not sure. I can't give you an answer. I need to my facts first. In Spanish, it's comprobar. You're making sure that your facts are correct. What are you doing? What's the phrasal verb? Nope, not put up with facts. Not put up. You're making sure that it's correct. Yes, that's better. Check. You forgot the H. Check up on some facts. So I can't give you an answer today, but leave it with me. I'll check up on the facts and get back to you tomorrow with an answer. I'll give you an answer tomorrow. Yes, Paula, to check up on. Good. And finally, which two of these phrasal verbs are antonyms, opposites? There are two phrasal verbs here which are antonyms. So, opposites, hot and cold, cheap and expensive, up and down. Opposites. Which of these phrasal verbs are opposites? I gave you a clue there with up and down. Yes, well done, Caroline. Look down on someone to think they are inferior to you, and look up to someone because you admire them and you want to be like them. So, yes, well done. Very good. And there you have the answers. So, try to remember these phrasal verbs, practice them. That's the most important thing. Many of you have been practicing them here with me, writing them. There's a reason that you remember your phone number, your identity number, your address, I hope, and your car registration. You remember these things because you often repeat them and they stick. So the best way to remember these phrasal verbs is to try to use them in conversation, in writing, review them, revise them, look at them, and keep repeating them. And hopefully they will stick. So, thank you very, very much for watching. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. So, I look forward to seeing you next week when I'll be back with Lynn. It probably will be Wednesday. It might be quite late. You have a lovely weekend too, Caroline, and everybody who's been watching. And remember, if you want to practice your conversation this summer, with me and a group of lovely students, a small group of lovely students. There's my email address on the screen below. Send me an email, tell me you're interested, and then I will send you information about the course. And it will be lovely to have you in the group if you have the level. So I want to speak to you to give you more information, but also to make sure that you have the level for the groups I have. And if you don't have the money to invest in improving your fluency and your speaking, but you want to keep studying English, go to mentioningles.com, where you can study English for free. And there are courses, material, listenings, lots of material there for you to continue practicing your English. And for your listening skills, apart from mentioningles.com, listen to the podcast, inglespodcast.com, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you for watching. Great to have you in the chat, and have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Take care, and bye-bye for now.